WWE's Elimination Chamber is 12 days away. And I believe the last time we did this, we didn't go over any matches. It was just the announcement of the Chamber and the announcement of the Intercontinental title Chamber match and the Tag title Chamber match. We'll get to those in a little bit, but first we'll just go off to the matches. There's only 4 of them, so we'll just go off in just the value of importance of each match. First off, we have the WWE Undisputed Championship. Seth Rollins defends against Dean Ambrose. And I just want to say with this, last night, actually not last night, but 2 nights ago, at Payback, was a great fucking match between Ambrose, Rollins, Reigns, and Orton. But I just want to go through this just because of the impact of these matches. Now, we know that Rollins won via the pedigree against Orton, a movie brought up from time to time. So, to be technically, Ambrose and Reigns were not affected in the decision at all, so they technically deserve to have another shot at the title, which Ambrose got on Raw last night because he basically pestered and pestered and pestered for it, to the point where he was, in his own mind, believed that he could have the power to just basically make a rematch. Man, he did it. He did it because it was interesting because of I believe it was the Cinder Blocks bringing. Yeah, the Cinder Blocks were back, and I just want to say with the Cinder Blocks, we've not seen them since the curb stomp on Ambrose, ironically. And I just want to say, for those who are wondering what's happening with the curb stomp, it's just because of it's basically what we know now about concussions compared to what we knew back in the day about concussions. The same goes for Ambrose's original Dirty Deeds, which is the headlock driver, which was a great fucking move. But the same goes for that with concussions, which is why he uses the double arm DDT version of it. Or he just did double arm DDT and just kept calling it Dirty Deeds, I don't know. But with that being said, you had the Cinder Blocks, and you had a steel chair, to the point where he was going to have a one-man concerto with a steel chair and Cinder Blocks, which I had never seen done, and we were going to see it, but then Stephanie McMahon gave him the rematch. So, just basing it off of that, and basing it off finishers, you're effectively seeing Triple H versus Mick Foley, the new era of it. And I say that not just because of the finishers, but looking at these two men's careers and where they're going, it's effectively Triple H and Foley. But this is the difference here. There's no stipulations like their matches. There was not a Loser Leaves Town. There's not Hell in a Cell. This was just a one-on-one match. And just based on that, Seth Rollins just etches a little more. Only because Dean Ambrose, the last title he's held was the United States Championship, which was, I believe, a year or 2 ago. Which isn't that long of a time, but in a wrestling mindset, where you have a show every day, Raw, SmackDown, Main Event, Superstars, live events, pay-per-views, NXT, if you're counting NXT dates, and any other thing in between. That's a long time. As much as I would love to see Ambrose win the belt, I doubt it will happen this time around. Especially since there's no stipulations, it's not in the chamber, it's not in the chamber at all, it's just a one-on-one match, so Seth Rollins can disqualify himself and retain the belt. So regardless of what happens, he'll retain the belt. Whether he wins or loses, he'll retain it. It's that simple. And then we go on to the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match. And for Elimination Chamber, it's hard to predict, especially with the people in here. You have R-Truth, Sheamus, King Barrett, Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, and Rusev. Now, normally it's hard to predict. People might say, oh, Rusev might win because of his win-loss record. That's true. And if anything, Rusev could bring prestige to the Intercontinental Championship. But you have to look at this based on a lot of things, depending on the number of entry, 1 through 6, obviously going for the pods, and the 2 that start the match, obviously. The point that a lot of these people are feuding together. Ryback, for example, Ryback and Rusev will cancel each other out. Sheamus and Ziggler will cancel each other out, to where you have 2 people and I can't believe I'm saying this, but R-Truth might fucking win the belt. And the more, hopefully, logical choice in King Barrett. The reason I say that is because look at the King of the Rings in the past. Bret Hart, I mean, multi-time Intercontinental Champion, Teddy Champion, World Champion after he won King of the Ring, and even before he won King of the Ring. Stone Cold Steve Austin, same deal. Brock Lesnar, same deal. Booker T, he actually won a world title after winning the King of the Ring. So it's possible you can win a title while being king. Who else was king? William Regal was general manager and king. He was general manager before he was king. So basically what I'm saying here is the King of the Ring has to have some form of importance, regardless if you're the King of the Ring, or if you're just a king like Jerry Lawler, or if you're one of the old school kings like Lawler, or back when it was the King of the Ring was an actual title. And I'd say it's an actual title, I mean that was defended. Much like King Harley Race, King Haku, the Macho King Randy Savage, and even King Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I'm going to say the Haku-san or whatever the fuck. But Hacksaw Jim Duggan was the King of the Ring. Or just crowned king for some reason. I think because he beat Savage, that's what happened. Or he beat Haku. It was either Haku or Savage, but regardless. The kings have to have some form of importance. And for that to happen, he has to win this chamber, and he has to win this Intercontinental Championship. And plus, he's basically never lost it. He's always lost it through the injury or something like that. Unless at WrestleMania, especially at WrestleMania, when he had the ladder match, and he never lost it, technically. And he never had the rematch because Bryan got injured and vacated the title. So, it only makes sense to have Barrett win the belt. I would not be surprised, though, if Sheamus won, or Rusev won, or any of these people won, for that matter. But those are just my choices at this point. You have to factor a lot of things in here, and we'll learn more throughout the next few weeks. Hopefully a Beat the Clock challenge will happen to see who enters last. We'll see what happens with that. And for the first time ever, speaking of first time evers, we have the Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. Now, how this will work is it's the first time ever, so let me just explain this. Basically, each tag team, well, I should say not each tag team, but 4 of the tag teams, each of them will be in a pod. The first 2 tag teams will start the match, and it just goes like a regular tag match, pinfall, submission, whatever, and whoever wins that match, then it goes like a regular chamber. I do not know if the tag teams, if it's like just single elimination, or you have to eliminate both members of the team to be eliminated. I'm not sure, but I need to look real quick just to make sure. Does not say that. It only yeah, like I was saying before, only 2 superstars, only 2 teams will start. Another team will be entered. It does not say anything about an elimination being an elimination match, even though it's an elimination chamber. I mean, like a tag team elimination, match, where like you have one person from a team eliminated, the other member of the team eliminated, and then the remaining members of each team would battle it out or something. I don't see that at all, so I don't know how that would work. But I do want to say it's interesting to see what will happen, as the New Day are basically implementing the Freebird rule, which I love seeing that come back. But with that, we had the challengers Cesaro and Kid face Big E and Kofi, with Woods being banned from ringside. Because at Payback, he did the twin magic with Kofi, which I did not think. I guess that's why he looks like Orlando Jordan without his beard. He needed to fucking shave it so they could do twin magic. It makes perfect sense now. Because he looks like fucking Orlando Jordan. I don't know how many times I've said that. Just in general. Not just on here, but in general. He looks like fucking Orlando Jordan without a beard. It's weird, man. It's fucking weird. I don't know what to say. But that's, you had twin magic out of that, so I guess that works. But with that, you have 5 other tag teams. Of course, the former champions, Cesaro and Kid. the Condom Heads, Los Matadores, the LOD, the Ascension, the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto y Sin Cara, or Hunico under the mask, and the Primetime Players, Darren Young, who looks really mad in the picture, and the Father of the Year, Titus O'Neil, which actually was announced last night on Raw as well. Good for him. But, well, Celebrity Father of the Year, but still. With this match, it's a lot more simpler, just looking at the tag team division in general. First off, where the fuck did Los Matadores come from? They have not been on the show for months. Probably weeks, but it feels like months. Especially after seeing those fucking bandanas. Why the fuck do you have this shit on your head? We know you're Epico and Primo. I mean, why would you do this gimmick? You don't have the bowl anymore, or at least I don't think you have the bowl anymore. So why would you do this? I don't understand it. The Ascension will not win this match for sure. They recently got a win against the new Mega Powers, Axelmania and Macho Mandow, at the Payback Kickoff. But that's about as far as they're going to get as far as winning. I can see them as a threat to win this match, but I doubt it. The Lucha Dragons, however, I can see them doing a lot of fucking crazy shit in this match. And that's just amazing to me. The fact that they can do whatever they want in this match, especially with the ramifications and structure of the chamber in general. They could possibly win this match. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Primetime Players, for the past few months, they have been doing vignettes about other tag teams. Pretty much doing the Ascension gimmick, but as a face tag team, so it's a lot better, apparently. Which in both cases I don't like in general. It's just stupid. But the Primetime Players could win it. I mean, Darren Young needs to have a push somehow. Not just because of his sexual orientation, but he has to have a push somehow. So, especially with that, because I think he announced he was gay in 2013, or just came out in 2013, even though we knew it, but he came out. So, and he hadn't had any success, any titles, anything since then. It was really weird. Really weird. So, if anything, they might need the belts, but I don't know. Cesaro and Kid is the logical choice to win the belts, but I doubt it will happen because they just lost it. And, of course, the New Day just won the match. But does this mean all three of them are in the chamber? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. And that might impact whether they win or not. But if they have Big E in there, I wouldn't question them winning the match, just because it's just his fucking power. The guy's a fucking beast. And finally, speaking of fucking beasts, we have the Clash of the fucking Titans over here, as United States Champion John Cena will face the NXT Champion Kevin Owens. And God, I cannot believe this match is actually happening. I'm just so fucking happy about it. Just on the fact that Kevin Owens... Actually, let's go to another part on this, because I just want to have the importance of this match. We'll just split it up and we'll be right back.